anyway, that's the, yeah, lemon verbena in here. This is lemongrass, which I grew as well this summer. Oh God, it smells so good. Love the lemony scents. I'm going to stick a little bit of that in there. Oopsie. Bay leaves. The lemony stuff is good for cleansing. Lemon verbena, lemongrass, bay leaf is good for protection. So I'm just going to throw a little couple pieces of that in there. Lavender is my favorite, so I usually throw that in almost every bath I do. Lots of it because I like the way it smells. But lavender is great for protection and healing and peace. So, you know, you can't go wrong with that. And then, if for men, I usually suggest that men use High John. I got some big pieces in there and some ground up. So if you're a guy, you could use High John. For women, I usually recommend either Angelica root or Queen Elizabeth root. I just happened to grab the Angelica root, so I'm going to get some of her out of there. I'll just throw some in there. And yeah, that's it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and one of these would be 5. The way I was taught to do, well, basically almost every type of spell, is using odd numbers of ingredients, like 35, 7, 9, you know, odd numbers. So this will be a 7 ingredient bath. Alright, so let's go over to the water with our fun herbs, and I just throw them in there. Some folks like to let their bath brew steep for as many minutes of the ingredients that are going in the bath. I usually forget to check the time or set a timer. So I just kind of let it hang around in there until, I don't know, until I feel the need to take it out. And this has been steeping for, I'm not quite sure, maybe 8 minutes, 7, 8 minutes. I'm not quite sure. Like I said, I lost track of time and I did something else. But what I do is I have this nifty strainer thing, and I just put it over my bowl. And this bowl I only use for spell work and sacred work. I mix herbs for spells in there. So here's the bath with some herbs hanging around in there. The lavender usually goes through that strainer. And it's a little warm. I usually let it cool a little bit till I add in what I think and consider, and I'm not quite sure why, the cooler ingredients like salt and Florida water, or any other sacred water like ocean water, rain water, river water, whatever. So yeah, I'm going to let this cool just a little bit more before I add anything else into it. So we'll be right back. Okay, so this is pretty much cool now. Yeah, it's a lot cooler. And at this point, I usually add some sacred water, or sacred water and sea salt, or Florida water. So if you have, you know, rainwater, river water, creek water, whatever sacred water that you have, holy water, whatever it is, you can add that, and some sea salt, because I consider water one ingredient, or just part of another ingredient. So sacred water and sea salt, or if you have Florida water, I love Florida water, so I'm going to add a little bit of that in here. Just a little dab will do ya. And that smells really good. I also usually add a little bit of oil. And here is some various oils. Here's some spiritual protection oil from Mariposa Botanica in California. Here's an oil that I make. It's a healing and blessing oil. Here's another oil I make, which is almost empty, a peace oil. Here's some protection oil from Lucky Mojo. So it all depends on your purpose for the bath, and you know, whatever it is that you have going on, whether it be spiritual protection. Spiritual protection is very good for if you work a lot with spirits, or if you do readings or spell work for other folks, always good to have spiritual protection. So I'm going to add a little, well, that's almost empty too, a little bit of, just a couple of drops is all you need, because you're going to be going into the shower or tub with this. You don't want to slip, fall, and kill yourself. So, I have a candle here lit, and I usually at this point, do a prayer, speak my intentions, and kind of just use the power of the candle and the flame to imbue my intentions into the bath. I also hold my hand over it and pray and put the energy and intentions in there for whatever your purpose specifically is. And then you pretty much, what I do is I go into the shower, take a regular shower, you know, wash off everything like I normally would do, and then I have this bowl sitting close by. When I'm done with my regular shower, when I'm getting ready to get out, I do the spiritual bath. And I was taught to, you know, this is different than sit in the tub and soak kind of bath. This is to cleanse you spiritually and cleanse, or, you know, bring something to you spiritually, or remove something spiritually, whatever. So it's a little different. So what I do is, it depends on how much water I have. This amount I'll probably pour over my head, so I turn the shower off. This is just right before I get out. And I pour it over my head in 3 doses. I'll pour once while I'm speaking or thinking about my intentions or the things that I want to cleanse from my body. And then I'll take it again and pour twice and do the same thing, say a prayer, say a psalm, whatever it is that you do, and, you know, to cleanse things from your body. And then I'll pour it again for the third and last time for the little bit that's left, and do the same thing. And then if it's cleansing and I want to remove something from me, wipe down my body, you know, with my hands, just kind of to get it off of you and to cleanse. And that's about it. And pretty much at this point, you can, if you had the stopper on the tub, or if you have a basin that you do this in, you can collect the water and throw it towards the east and the rising sun in the morning, or the west and the setting sun in the afternoon, depending on what the purpose is. And for this, I don't dispose of the water. I just let it go down the drain and, you know, out into the energy out to the universe to be composted and reused for something else. So after I do this, I get out the shower. I don't dry off after I do a spiritual bath, because for me that's taking the spell off of you. So I kind of air dry. I usually try to dress in all white after a spiritual bath. It depends, you know, of course, on, you know, what I have going on, where I'm going, what I'm doing that day. But I definitely don't dry off, just air dry and try to dress in white depending on the day, or cover my head in white. And when I do this, I pour it over my head. Some folks don't. They like to just pour it over their shoulders and chest and back, but I like to pour it over my head. And yeah, that's it. Just let everything drip dry. Of course, you'll probably have some herbs and stuff hanging around in your hair or whatever. I just usually leave it in and put a head covering on, but, you know, it's up to you how you want to do it. And that's basically it. So yeah, that's how I make spiritual baths, basically. Just a basic spiritual bath. And hopefully that's helpful to other folks. If you do it a different way or have any questions, you can do a video response or comment, or send me a message privately, whatever. Hopefully this video isn't going very long, so I will end it here. Wow, I have a bee. How did you get in here? You want out, don't you? I know, life is hard. Get out. Oh, Lord, what are you doing alive? Goodbye. Okay, anyway, sorry about that. So yeah, I'm going to end this here and go outside and hang out with Maisie a little bit. And see you all next week. Blessed be.